Hello and welcome to the Wiltshire Caravans video handover for this Coachman Laser 654. This is a 2015 model. For anyone who's watched these videos before, you know I always sort of go around the outside first, starting at the back. I have unlocked all the lockers for ease of use on the video, and let's hope we find the instruction. Right, so at the back, so you've got a Highline brake light, and you've got your light clusters. So there's reversing lights, indicators, running lights and brake lights. You've got, there's your corner steadies, and at the bottom, obviously more lights, area for your number plate, grab handles, although if you're trying to pull this thing, it's you'll do well, it's quite heavy. Obviously the most important thing is the Wiltshire Caravans sticker. But going around to the offside, to see you've got running lights at the top, lots of windows, etc. First area we're going to come to is the toilet area, so the toilet flush. So this is where your pink rinse will go in. It's a little bit difficult to get anything in there, so I always put get a 2 litre pop bottle, put the right amount of fluid in there, then dilute it with water, and then just pour it straight in. Okay, so that's that bit. Right, then the actual toilet cassette itself. Like I said, I've already opened these lockers. So it's the standard Thetford toilet cassette. Lift this handle here, pull it all towards you. There's a handle then on the top, just to take that out. You'll know when it needs emptying because there's a little area inside the toilet that will tell you that it needs emptying, a little light that comes on. So pull that out straight, remove this cap there, tilt forward, and then press this button here. That will then release any gas or air, just to let everything out. You'll want to rinse out at that point. So to rinse out, pull this slider back and open this here. You might be able to see in there, there's the float. So when that's at its top level, that's when it'll tell you to empty. I can guarantee that'll be just before going to bed. So, you know, if you get yourself a little routine, maybe I'm going to call it wine o'clock, whatever. So just before wine o'clock, empty the loo, and then you'll be all right for the rest of the night. But then rinse it out, close that flap, close that back, and again tilt forward again to release. This is also where the blue fluid goes into this into here. So you've got the lid. On that lid, if I can get that back of it, you can see it's got levels on. So if you're using blue or green fluid, whichever you're using, put the desired amount in. That will just go tip into there, and then dilute as required by the instructions. Whilst we're in this area, very important thing, particularly for winterizing, you've got a pipe under here to empty out that pink fluid reservoir, to open up that bung, and then let just everything run out by gravity. Again, most important for the for winter. Okay, under there we've got the 2 waste outlets, so that's for the 2 sinks, so kitchen and bathroom, and for the shower. A couple of bits of pipe go onto the into your wastemaster, or if you have got a fully serviced pitch, you can buy some extra pipe to go directly into a drain. As you can see, twin axle model. This one's got all-wheel drive auto engage motor movers on. There is a separate video for the motor movers. Alloy wheels, torqued to 130 Newton meters. I'll show you where there's a badge on the other side that shows you the correct torque for these wheels. Coming a bit further along into the battery box. So, not overly surprisingly, there's a battery here, and also the electric hookup. So that's where your electric hooks up. You can see behind, you've also got a couple of TV antenna points. A bit hard to see it from here, but there's also behind here the area where you engage the motor movers. well, that doesn't, where it is, you cannot engage the motor movers while you are plugged in. That's a good safety feature. It means you are not going to tear the electric lead out of the caravan or off the pole. Okay, so that's the battery box. Next bit, I'm going to come to the water. Okay, with the water inlet, it's the Truma Ultra Flow system. So in that area there is where it goes in, and if you just bear with me a couple of minutes, I should go and get the pump. Okay, so here's the water pump itself. The electric part of the pump there. This is the trigger part that goes into the caravan itself. The pump goes into your aqua roll. If you can see that, I'm trying to do this one-handed, it's getting more challenging by the day. That bit goes in your water roll. And at that point, that lifts up, and the pump itself goes in there and just clips in. So that one connection. This part goes over the hole in the aqua roll to avoid any dirt or anything going into your freshwater supply. Okay. So to remove, there's a trigger. Pull the trigger and then just ease it out. Simple as that. This is a water filter, and there's the dates and that way when to change the water filter. But you do have to set that manually. There you go. Next part here, this is the exhaust port for the all-day heating if you're using it on gas. Underneath there, there's the front end corner steadies. So going around to the front of the caravan. There we go, three nice sized windows at the front. More grab handles, again, heavy old lump, but this one does have the motor mover, so you don't need to worry about that. It's running on the Alco chassis. It's got the Alco ATC, so the Alco trailer control. There's some sensors on the chassis, so if the caravan does start snaking or moving about, it will put the brakes on the caravan to steady everything. That's a good stabilizer. Okay. The only time you're likely to notice it is if you go over a speed hump for a couple of seconds after you've been over there. The caravan will feel a little bit heavier. So inside here is the gas locker. It's got room for 2 gas bottles. This one's been set up for propane. I mean, it's a gas locker, so it's not fully waterproof. And I say, because of nose weights, try not to fill them up too much. Some people do get a little bit carried away. Round to the near side now. Got an external gas barbecue point. As I often say, please do not use a gas barbecue in an awning. It's just a recipe for disaster. Okay, here you've got an external locker with a 230-volt socket, so you can run an electric lead into your awning, and then obviously there's your electric lead. Main door, awning light, and then you've got the vents for the fridge and the freezer. And here's the badge or sticker I was telling you about, showing you the tyre pressure on here is 35 psi. The wheel bolt torque on an alloy is 130, on a steel 88 newton meters. The steel is the spare wheel. It's also got on here the VIN, which is the Chris number, maximum plated weight of 1900 kilograms. Next, we shall be going inside to have a look around. Been around the outside, have a nice look around. Let's go and have a look inside this Coachman Laser 650. I'll just bring you in. Let's have a quick brief look around. Obviously, main living area, 2 nice long benches, lots of cupboard space, lots of light in here as well. Nice big sunroof. Tall fridge. Kitchen area. Also got a microwave in here. Sorry about the reflection. Please don't share the video to young children, they might be scared. Got an Omni vent in here as well. And then we get into the bathroom. So again, more reflection, so apologies. Bathroom, toilet area. So it's I think they call it the Jack and Jill, because you've got your own separate openings for each side of the bed. Nice big shower. And the bedroom itself. Wardrobes either side, lots of cupboard space, and a full-size double bed. Very nice size. TV point. Sorry, again, reflection. Wonder if I can get one of those things that sort of make the face look all fuzzy. Probably help. Right, okay. Let's get to the practical side. So when you get into your caravan, you've plugged in, leveled up, all happy days. Switch the main power on, not surprising. Master, that's your main power. So keep that pressed in and the power comes on. You can tell the power's come on because some lights will come on. Okay, then you've got lights. I could just turn them all off, but lights on, awning light, awning on, just press again, awning off, let's keep it on. Pump, that's for your water pump. Pump off at the moment, pump on, turn it back off again, we don't need it. You've got a menu here, so press on menu, press up to the side. Right, we've got 12% of water in the tank. So if you want to fill the internal tank, you could press enter, press there, then enter, as long as you've got the aqua roll connected up and filled up. So water source, external tank, press enter, and it will go to internal tank. So you have the option of going internal or external. Press to the side again, user settings. So you've then got your contrast, beep, standby, how long you want this display to work for. We'll just go through them. Comes with a manual, so you'll get all the guidance you need from there. Okay, but it's fairly self-explanatory and straightforward. Obviously, you've got exit to main menu, and then you go back to the main menu. So it shows you the internal temperature in here, 15. The leisure battery voltage, 13.5. Doesn't surprise me, we are plugged into the main, so that's about right. It does have a solar panel on here as well. So that's just your basic information on your master switch and lights. Right, okay, so whilst we're talking about master switch and electricity, underneath the bench at the front, we do have, there's your fuses and your breaker switches. So if power doesn't come on for any reason, obviously it may be the pole might have popped, so to speak, or it could be something in here, but that's there to check. Okay, we mentioned about the water, so what I'll do now, I'll lift up this this sofa side here. That's where the water comes in. There's a water filter. What I want to show you, I hope we can see it, it's not too dark. Yeah, you can just see it down there. See, there's a yellow tap. It's currently in the horizontal position. That will allow water into the caravan. When you're going to winterize, or when you're going to move and you want to empty all the hot water tank, and it is just for the hot water tank and the water system, not the internal tank, but that, if you lift that upwards to the vertical position, that will then drain all the water out of the hot water tank. And your taps, open your taps. Particularly important, as I say, for winter. That is the most important time for it. You don't want any water in here freezing over winter. Also see just down there the solar panel I mentioned. There's the solar charging unit. You shouldn't ever have to have anything to do with that. You shouldn't need to worry about that. Okay. Right, but as we are in the UK, very important thing to learn about is the heating. The heating in here is the Alde wet central heating system. So to turn the power on, it's the Alde 3020 system. Right, it's currently saying that it's 17.5 degrees in here, and we're warming up to something, and we're plugged into the electric. To find out what we're doing, press menu, and the first screen you get to shows at the top the temperature you want to get the caravan to. Now I don't want it to get 30 degrees in here, it's already warm enough. So literally press down, keep pressing, it's a touch screen until you get down to your desired temperature. Okay, now and likewise just press up. You can set a night function. So if you wanted nice, just 18 degrees in the day and 16 at night, go into the menu settings, see the little moon, press that, temperature 16, and you can set that on. Okay, so you can set the date, set the temperature and the times, then turn it off or turn it on. Back to the main menu, you can see A is in here. There is an activated function. Room sensor, temp sensor is on auto or panel. But anytime you've got anything set in the settings, it will say you have an activated function. Okay. Right, the next one down is for the hot water. You've got the option of off. So if that triangle is empty, you're not putting any power to the hot water. Press once, plus once, and you will get half a triangle. Now that half a triangle will give you enough hot water 90% of the time, 95% of the time easily. It's more than adequate, particularly as we are at the moment on 3 kilowatts. I'll get to that bit in a moment. If you do need to up the power to the water system, plus again, that would give you a full triangle. That will mean all the power, whether it's 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts from here, will be going to the hot water. That means it takes away the heating side of things. So if you put it on full power there, the heating will go off, which is why I would recommend half. That means you've got heating and hot water at the same time. Below, we've got the power amount that we're using. This is just for the hot water and for the heating, so it's not for the whole caravan. So currently shown at 3 kilowatts. Now that's a maximum. Our options are, well, off, 1 kilowatt. Now that will take an age to heat things up. But once the things are warm, and depending on how much power you've got available to you, that might be enough to maintain the temperature. 2 kilowatts, well, on the UK sites, 2 kilowatts is generally going to be available at all times. Happy days, it's more than enough to do the heating and the hot water. Say if you're lucky enough to have a place where you can have 3 kilowatts, fine, it will heat everything up very quickly, but then you can just turn it back to 2 kilowatts. If you've got it on 3 kilowatts and then put your kettle on or the microwave or something, you might pop the, you might be trying to use too much electricity. You also have the option of using gas. So press that, the gas will, you'll have your heating and hot water done on your gas pot. Because there's lots of settings, got an awful lot of things you can have a look at, which is why we give you a book. I do know that Alde themselves have a pretty good video online. I might put the link on for that if I can find it. But again, if you have any questions, you can either refer to the handbook or give us a call on 01373 752 100. Okay, but that's the hot water and heating. It might look a bit more complicated first time looking at it than it actually is. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Then to turn the power off, literally just the power button again. So underneath there, area for TV aerial. or a satellite type aerial cable coaxial. 12-volt socket and two 230-volt sockets. Going around to the front side of things again, as you say, very comfy. This table here does pull out. This pulls out to a nice sized table. That would be good enough to put a cup of tea on, or a glass of wine, whatever floats your boat. Blinds, blackout blinds, and fly screens all the way around. Just fly screen on this one, blackout blind, sorry, on this one, because it doesn't open, so that's just there. Again, lots of sunlight. There is the different blind on the window of the kitchen. You've got more traditional fly screen and blackout blinds. Just remember when you are putting them back to hold on to them, because they can spring back a bit rapidly. Here we've got individual lights all the way around. So little switches on those. I mean, it doesn't look much in here at the moment, but with all the light switches we have, light switches here, which go to the lights up the top. Got a light here, lights everywhere. It ends up being lit up like Blackpool illuminations at night. You might only need the little spotlights. It's entirely up to you. There we go, little radio. Well, little radio, it's a radio and CD player. Couldn't get a tape deck, but we've got a radio CD player there. Obviously that's the connection for the TV antenna and the radio. Carbon monoxide alarm there. Two 230-volt sockets here in the kitchen area. Toaster, kettle, etc. So sink, draining board, chopping board. This is obviously mixer taps. Lots of cupboard space again. I showed you earlier where the microwave is, so I'm not going to bother showing you that again. Obviously the cooker is the Thetford Aspire 2. Lid needs to be up fully to ignite the gas burners. However, even if the lid is down, do be aware that you don't knock this to turn on that electric hob, because that will still go on, or might still go on, even if the lid is down. To spark the burners, to light the burners even, there's your spark. That also works for the grill and the oven. So, full-size grill and oven. And underneath there, if I can get down on my hands and knees, there is a plug. You can see there, that's for the electric hob. So if you want to turn that electric hob off, that's where you do it. In the cabinet underneath this sink, there's your gas isolators. I mean, if you're using propane, you could just turn it off at the bottle. But this is for the hot water and heating, for the fridge, and for the cooker. And it even shows you which is off and which is on. Right, turning around to the really tall fridge. So inside the fridge quickly, see your big ice box. Really nice size fridge. Very good. So to activate, the on off button is there. So if I turn it, keep it pressed in, turns it off, turn it back on. Goes through a quick diagnostic. Right, it's got A, so at the moment that's automatic, but we're on electric because we're plugged in. You can go by pressing this. I say, oh yeah, press it, could go to gas, electric, or battery. But we're not, yeah, so you did see it was flashing because we're not actually attached to a car battery. That is if you wanted to use, if the fridge is already cold, when you're traveling, that will maintain the temperature as long as you're using a 13-pin system on your car, or 2 7s. The Caravan itself is fitted with a 13-pin hitch power cable. But that is an option. Also here, temperature, literally touch it just to press it to turn it up or down, however. Okay. Next to there, got the standalone table in there. Right, to the bathroom. That's not a statement as such, but so yeah, standard Thetford toilet. As I was saying when I was talking about the cassette, if it needs emptying, a light will shine there. You'll know that the cassette needs emptying, the light will shine there. Standard toilet, caravan toilet, as in do what you need to do. There's your flush, you can just hear that then. And then to empty, just put that to the side. But make sure you do bring it back, otherwise you won't be able to get the cassette out of the from the outside, and people get frustrated and then pull too hard and break things. But we don't want that happening. Laundry basket, how cool is that? Well, it doesn't have to be a laundry basket, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's designed for. Then you've got some cupboard space, mirror, shower. See, the shower door is held in place with this catch here. Make sure when you are traveling that it is in that position. Another mixer tap for the basin. Hot towel rail, or heated towel rail I should say. That runs off the central heating system. If you find that it's hot at the bottom and cold at the top, it might need bleeding. So you've got this little this little bleeder. And then to the bedroom. So nice size bedroom, nice size double bed, good wardrobes, space underneath the bed. Got the spare wheel under there. Also got the water tank. Let me go around. So the bed lifts up. Oh, it's a safe. It's not the water tank. It's a safe in there. That's handy. That's what that big key was for. Whilst I'm talking about keys, 2 sets of keys. Also got an alarm for this particular van. I'll just quickly show. Right, so the rounded one is the door key. All the outside lockers are opened with the square key. Trying to get that into focus. There is an alarm. He's just trying to get his fingers around it. Which is on silent. So that's typical. I'll investigate that one and report back. Yeah, fabulous van. Any questions, as I said before, you can always give us a call on 01373 752 100. If you do like these videos, please like and subscribe. That'd be nice, just so you get to see these more often. All right. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. I did mention the internal tank, but didn't show you where it is. It is under the bed. See where that blue area is here? The water tank is under there. Now to empty that water tank, because you don't want to be travelling with this full of water, this lever just literally pulls straight up, put it out, and that empties your tank. That's basically a stop button for your internal tank. All right. So sorry I didn't get that on there before. Anyway, as I said, this is a lovely van. Someone's going to really enjoy it. And please stay tuned for more videos. Thank you. Bye bye.